Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Madam ZANARIAH and to all who watching this video. Okay, so today I and my group mate would like to present our finding for this project FAR660. We were given task to do a comparative study on annual report of two companies from two distinct specialist industry from the main market of South Malaysia. First of all, I would like to introduce myself and my teammate. My name is Farah Nabihah binti NIZAMUDDin. My teammate are NURUL NADZIRAH binti KHAIRUL LOTFI. Next, one SABILA bin Muhammad FARID. And lastly, AIDA NURINA binti AHMAD ARUWI. The telecommunication industry within the sector of information and communication technology is made up of all providers and plays the crucial role in the evolution of mobile communication and the information society. For our project, we choose Telekom Malaysia for this industry. Telekom Malaysia Berhad is a triple play telecommunication company. It generates revenue from the provision of fixed line voice service, data and broadband and multimedia services to business and individual household and consumer. Broadband and multimedia service are the majority of company revenue. Data is composed of products such as Internet and Internet protocol services. Additionally, the company's voice product generate revenue from providing businesses and residential telephony services. Telecommunication infrastructure. It generates the vast majority of its revenue in Malaysia. Industrial technology is the use of engineering and manufacturing technology to make production faster, simpler and more efficient. The industrial technology field employ creative and technically proficient individuals who can help a company achieve efficient and profitable productivity. For this industry, we choose Edaran Berhad. Edaran Berhad is an investment holding company. The group is primarily engaged in 5 segments such as information technology and services, telecommunication, investment holding, lifestyle, and manufacturing. Information technology include provisioning, installation, commission, integration, and maintenance of information technology product and related services.
My name is NADZIRAH binti KHAIRUL LOTFI, and today I am going to present the comparisons of FAR660 financial instrument between two companies of Edaran Berhad and Telekom Malaysia Berhad. FAR660 has been replaced. The guidance in the FAR639 relates to the classification and measurement of the financial statement, which effective on the 1st January 2018. However, Telekom Malaysia Berhad has not been released its annual report of 2018. Therefore, I'm going to do the comparisons of annual report 2017 of these two companies. Okay, FAR660 retains but simplifies the mixed measurement model. For the financial assets, Edaran Berhad initially recognized at the fair value plus transaction cost, except for the financial assets at the fair value through the profit and loss are recognized at the fair value, while the transaction costs are immediately recognized at the profit or loss. For the TM Berhad, financial assets carried at the fair value through profit or loss initially recognized at the fair value. The transaction costs are expensed and recognized in the profit or loss in the income statement. So the changes of the fair value of the financial assets are recognized in the income statement. For the Edaran Berhad, after initially recognized, the financial assets were categorized in as loans and receivables are measured as amortized costs using effective interest method less impairment loss. Any gains or losses are recognized in the profit or loss when the loans and or receivable are derecognized or impaired and through the amortization process. For the TM Berhad, loans or receivable recognized at the fair value plus the transaction cost and subsequent amortized costs at the effective interest method. When the loans or receivables impaired, the carrying amount will reduce and amount of loss will recognize in the income statement of which called as an impairment loss. For the financial liabilities in Edaran Berhad are initially recognized into financial liabilities measured at the amortized cost, and the definition of the financial liabilities comprise of the trade and other payables and loans or borrowings. Trade and other payables are recognized at the fair value plus the directly attributable transaction cost, and subsequently measured at the amortized cost using the effective interest method. Loans or borrowings are recognized at the fair value, net of transaction costs incurred, and subsequently measured at amortized cost using the effective interest method. These are classified as the current liabilities. Any gains or losses on the financial liabilities measured at the amortized cost and recognized in the profit or loss when the liabilities are derecognized and through the amortization process. When they derecognize, the difference in the respective or the carrying amount is recognized in the profit or loss. For the TM Berhad financial liabilities are recognized initially at the fair value and subsequently measured at the amortized cost using the effective interest method, which comprise of trades and other payables, customer deposits, and borrowings. Trade and other payables are recognized at the fair value and subsequently measured at the amortized cost using the effective interest method. The borrowings are recognized at fair value, net of transaction costs incurred and subsequently carried at the amortized cost. Okay, the difference between the initial recognition and the amount and the redemption value are recognized in the income statement using the effective interest method, except for the borrowing costs incurred for construction of any qualifying asset. Interest, dividend, gains or losses are recognized in the finance costs in the income statement. Fees paid on the establishment of loans facilities recognized in the transaction cost to the extent that it is probable that some or all facilities will be drawn down. If no evidence that all the facilities will be drawn down, the fee is capitalized as a prepayment for liquidity services and amortized over the period of the facilities.
16 leases and MFRS 119 employee benefit. MFRS 16 leases, which upon effective date 1 January 2019, will supersede MFRS 117 leases. MFRS 16 introduced a single lease accounting model and requires lessee to recognize asset and liability for all leases with a term of more than 12 months. Currently, both companies are still applying MFRS 117 leases. So, I'm going to proceed with the differences of accounting policies of the both companies. The first one is finance lease. Edaran Berhad recognize finance lease when group and companies assume substantially all risk and reward of ownership of assets. Under TM, finance lease is capitalized at the level of present value of minimum lease payment and the fair value of this asset. For rental obligation and finance charge are included in borrowing. This payment is allocated between reduction of liability and finance charge. Finance charge are recognized in profit and loss. Assets under finance lease are depreciated over the shorter of useful life or the lease term. For Edaran Berhad, under initial recognition, asset is measured at the level of present value of minimum lease payment and the fair value of lease asset. Minimum lease payment are apportioned between finance charge and reduction of lease liability. Finance charge are recognized as finance cost in profit and loss. This full length in substance is finance lease is classified under TPE. Next, move to operating lease. For TM Berhad, operating lease is recognized when the lease of assets where significant portion of the risk and reward of ownership are retained by the lessor. Payment made under operating lease are charged to profit and loss on straight line basis over lease period. For Edaran Berhad, as the lessee, the operating lease is recognized when the company not assume substantially all the risk and reward of the ownership.
Lease assets are not recognized in financial position. Payment made under operating lease recognized in profit and loss on straight-line basis over the term of lease. As lessor, operating lease is recognized when the company does not transfer substantially all risk and reward of ownership of asset. Any initial costs incurred directly are added to carrying amount of the asset and recognized over the lease term. Next, I move to MFRS 119 employee benefit. The first one is short-term employee benefit. For TM Berhad, wages, salaries, paid annual leave, sick leave, bonus and non-monetary benefits are accrued in the period in which service are rendered by employees. For Edaran Berhad, wages, salaries, bonus and social security contribution are recognized as expense in the period in which the services are rendered. Short-term accumulating compensated absence are recognized when service rendered. Short-term non-accumulated compensated absence are recognized when the absence occur. Expected cost of accumulating compensated absence is measured as additional amount expected to be paid at the end of reporting period. Next, I move to define contribution plans. For TM Berhad, contribution plans are charged to profit and loss account for the related period. Once the contribution are paid, the group have no further obligation payment. The prepaid contribution are recognized as asset. For Edaran Berhad, company contribute to state pension scheme, which is EPF, as required by Companies Act 2016. Groups foreign subsidiary also make contribution. These contributions are recognized as expense in profit and loss. Once it is paid, the companies have no further obligation towards the payment.
Okay, for voluntary disclosure, for Telekom Malaysia, it have three activity, which is first, through our foundation YTM incorporated in 2007, TM offer the scholarship for secondary and tertiary education while supporting the continued professional development of their own employee. In addition to the financial aid provided to scholars, YTM run a scholar development program to enhance the scholar academic performance and equip them with the leadership skill. Okay, the next activity, TM actively encourage the spirit of volunteerism among their employee and have been pleased by the positive response garnered over the years to the numerous community outreach program undertaken. To formalize the volunteerism at TM, they established the TM Reaching Out Volunteers TM Rovers program as a formal platform for employees to lend a helping hand to the community. Okay. And last activity is TM Global organized a special event for children have leukemia in Hospital Kuala Lumpur, while TM1 organized the Miracle Iftar at Menara TM1 with 55 orphanage from Rumah Ahmad Asnaf Al-Baqarah and distribute 20 Miracle box consists of grocery item, 100 each to Rumah Mu'alaf Dengkil. And at Menara TM, Group Human Capital Management hosts 120 Syrian refuge and also donate duit raya and grocery. Okay, for edaran, in 2017, it have only one activity, which is Edaran Berhad provide internship program, giving the fresh graduate on the job training. The group continue to adopt the scheme latihan 1 Malaysia, drawn up the economic planning unit of the Prime Minister Office. SL1 Malaysia main objective is to enhance the employability of graduate from the rural and lower income sector. Participants in edaran SL1 Malaysia program are trained in soft skill, namely communication skill, and analytical skill and organizational adaptability. Along with that, participants of the program are inducted into the work ethics and value of edaran with a view to imbuing this individual with the integrity, participate, practice and good value. Okay, that's all from us. Thank you.